Mouthy in the building, better tune right in. Where the real talk hit and the glow up again. From the D to the world, she gon' set that tone. Every fam, every voice, yeah, you're not alone. Clap back, speak up, let the truth get loud. She the one that make the whole city feel proud. Turn it up, let the beat get rowdy. It's the one and only, yeah, that's Miss Mouthy.
Hello, hello, hello. Hey, you guys. Hey, Lips. It is your girl, Miss Mouthy of the Miss Mouthy podcast. So, if you stumbled upon this podcast, you have stumbled upon Miss Mouthy podcast season 6, the unmuted edition. And this is episode 7. And I wanted to entitle this episode The ABCs to Loving Me. I think I thought and brainstormed about this episode, centering all the things that I went through previously over the year. And I feel like I'm just now getting to a place where not that I'm just learning how to love myself, but I'm rediscovering loving myself after new broken pieces. And Lips, if you're anybody who can relate, I will say if you're new to this, I'm true to this. So we're going to get into some conversations that's going to be authentic, unapologetic, and all of those things. But if you, Lips, have ever recalled a time where loving yourself felt difficult because of all the things that you've been through, this might be the episode that you may want to tune into. I recognize that I have been coming to a place of this consistent wall of anger, right? It was everybody else's fault. There was everybody else who were doing things to me. And even if that was true, I was messing up because I was allowing what other people were doing to chip away at how I could keep showing up for me, how I could keep loving on me. And better yet, Lips, how I could show up for you. Sometimes in life we have things that happen that makes it hard for us to be able to see sight of where we were going. In an instance, a rumor. In an instance, a decision, a relationship. Whatever it is, one bad decision can ultimately change how people feel about you, love you, perceive you, work with you, and all those things I had experienced in a year's time. But now that I'm here and I've been doing so much, not work, but I've been trying to just sit in my reality of the aftermath of things that I've been through in this life. Whether the decisions was my own or the actions of someone else, it still impact me. So you know what I'm saying, Lips? Sometimes we can get that. And what's been very helpful in this situation, I've been focused and reading this book that's been helping me, The ABCs of Self-Love by Melanie Godfrey, has been helping me surprisingly. It's been helping me get back into my writing. It's been coming from a very easy, clear way of appreciating myself. And I thought I would share this with you. And that's what inspired this episode. So, Melody, if you ever do listen to this episode, I want to thank you for offering up your genius and being able to help me along my journey to rediscovering myself. And yeah, but in the midst of that, I would like to take a moment to not scratch the surface or not address what everybody's been talking about. Everybody has been commenting on Dominique Morgan, her situation and what is going on and taking a side or not taking a side. And in this season of me being unmuted, I normally shy away from other people's lives and what they have going on because what they eat don't make me shit. It doesn't concern me. But I think I felt compelled to only address it a little bit because I don't know what it's like to be her and what's in her shoes, but I do know what it feels like when people straddle the fence. I know what it's like when people want to prosecute you off their personal vendettas to you or their hate or envy of you. So I don't want to negate that these are some serious charges that's coming up against sister. I met her briefly at a conference in DC And it wasn't even in the conference that I met her. It was actually in passing on the street, just two regular girls. I was just starting to get aware of her through her videos on Instagram. And she was just seemed very humble and very chill and very approachable. And I appreciated that. And I just simply told her, I love you. She reciprocated. And we just went on about our day. She could have not known who the hell I was. But in that moment, what I realized was she didn't have to give that. Right. And it wasn't no air about her. It wasn't no facade or false celebrity things. It was just her seeing another girl and recognizing us in the streets of DC. But in this situation, when you have people mad at the position that you're in, mad at who you are in your existence and identity, it is definitely difficult to navigate when you could have possibly made a mistake, when people are waiting for you to fuck up, and when girls are waiting for your spot. I just want to offer Dominique, I just hope from sister to sister that you don't let this experience harden you. I don't know all the facts and all the details, and neither do anybody else. What I will say is that if you took any plea deal to make your reality softer because you know the realities of incarceration, we can't blame you for that because nobody's going to do your time. One of the posts I made is about who coming to save you. The harsh reality for a lot of black trans women is that nobody's coming to save us. And given the opportunity when we fuck up, there is nobody that offer humility either. It is to the full extent of the law they want us prosecuted. And so I'm not writing over any wrongs that's been done. If you've done it, girl, buckle up. And I hope that we can rally around you and offer some type of softness in this embrace because it's going to be bumpy and it may re-trigger what you've already lived through. But I also recognize that these are systems that's been in place for you to fuck up. And in the future, I hope that other people and leaders want to get in positions and learn how to escape this pitfall with making the proper decisions, having the right systems in place. So even when me and Angelica was talking about this situation, she gave me context around.
I remember, no Tino
Hmm,
Shade, no
no
Tino
shade.
Shade, no Tino Shade. It was Dominique Morgan who actually told me, inside T on the sense because she was in, the philanthropy world handling
Yeah,
grants and donors and all these things or whatever, and so she had worked at different places
context
that Trans Tech
around
and I.
how people experience Dominique, their thoughts and opinions of Dominique. And that's what I took away from our conversation is that it's very imperative when you're dealing with these organizations and these amounts of money to have the right systems in place. And sometimes we don't get that, we're not afforded that opportunity because we're just trying to survive. We're just trying to make it. We're just trying to get in those positions, in those rooms, and you arrive, mama. And so hopefully, if this anything like what I've experienced, that it's all false and that you can put yourself back together, the broken pieces of people that really wanted to take you down through there. Um, I love you. I send you nothing but love from the Miss Mouthy podcast. And we'll see on the 28th what it really is talking about. But girl, you got this. Just don't let it harden you. Put your big girl panties on, keep your faith, and keep pushing. I see you um on the other end of things. All right. So now that I've been able to address that, because it was just on my heart, y'all. I don't even know, I don't know these people, but sometimes, despite it, I don't want another trans woman to live that faith, because even experience that for a little bit is not no hoe. Um, I want to take a break and give y'all another amazing, amazing product. This is from my sister Tatiana. Hey, Tati girl. Her name is Lily in the Villy. This is her soap. She has a line of holistic organic products that is great for your skin. This soap here, y'all, has been, I hope y'all get this black soap. It's shaped like a butterfly on the front of it. You can't really see it, but it is so cute. I used it. It smelled just like Fruity Pebble. or lemongrass. Like it just smells so good. I love it. I'm going to link her Instagram so y'all can check it out. But my husband said he loves his as well. It has a really great lather. Um, yeah, so support upcoming black businesses, and y'all will see it on my Instagram where y'all can be able to go and support her. But back to the book. The book was important because one of the things that I've been thinking about was the philosophy of a man that I've been really just deeply obsessed with has been Carl Wong. He was a psychologist that kind of a lot of people like to throw out shadow work, and he is the originator of that. So if you ever get a chance, just kind of look at this work, follow it if you're willing to really look wholly at yourself. And one of the things that I'll start with you all was the ABCs to loving me was that all the things in the past, let's just say 7 years, in the past 7 years that I've learned was bringing me right back to myself. Oftentimes in society, we like to think that people weaknesses are the thing that makes them unvaluable or makes them not worthy or deserving. What I realized was that my weaknesses was actually shaping me and strengthening me to be able to hold my boundaries, be able to push through adversity and continue to find myself and love myself in spite of anybody else's opinion of me. And that takes me to another doll I got to shout out. Oh my God. So I want to do something special. Really quick of this new thing on Mouthy. I really want to highlight people that I love, admire, dear, that's just out here in the world. But I'm going to call this segment Mouthy Muse, right? These are people that inspire me in some way, shape, or form. Ones that I just want to shout out, that I just commend for doing them. My homegirl, Erin Lang, has been doing her thing with coming back into the world of creativity. And she put out her second episode to the Erin Lang show on YouTube. And I'm just so excited for her and her journey. And I know that's scary and fearful to get back out of here after so much time or breaks. But girl, I love it. I love it. Where's my bell? Come on, sis, push through. This is what it's supposed to do. If not you, then who? Okay, there are people and creatives and voices that I adore, and she is one. She's been on the podcast a few different times. I value.
I think Miss Mouthy, I think this like podcast, this show is fabulous. I
Thank
have
you.
literally like been watching you and cheering like from the side. Like so this is really we're both fangirling. I'm so
Yeah,
happy
no,
to
for
be
real,
here.
for real.
And I'm so excited to be talking to you as always. Congratulations on 6 years.
Thank you. I value her voice. I value her authenticity. I value the fact that she is finding herself outside of all the uncomfortable shit that may come up for her and doing it her way in her time. What I loved about this second episode of the Erin Lang show is that she allowed herself to be very, very vulnerable in a way that oftentimes as a creative, you may not always get a chance to do. She is finding the part of herself that was broken at 33 and now at 34 stepping into herself. She dusting herself off and just saying, this might feel uncomfortable, but I'm going to step into it anyway. And that's all any of us can really do. No matter how life shakes or move you in a way, you have to be okay with just saying, I'm still gonna be me at the end of this, no matter what, right? And so, and she funny as fuck. Let's just talk about girl. The bleeps have me going crazy. When my sister get passionate, it is bleep 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 bleep. And you kept talking about caramel titties, and that was just a making me die, girl.
Titties. I
You
think
were
she
the highlight.
loves those big, beautiful butterscotch titties of his. And I don't need her to make it any deeper. I don't need them. walking around with Bibles and jumping the broom and crying and taking pictures for us to goddamn see it. I also just need them to shut the up. Y'all enjoy y'all marriage. Like, y'all are not gonna make Jonathan Majors happen again. Like, he released that movie on Zeus. I blushed at the sight of those butterscotch titties yet again, and I almost watched it just so I could see those butterscotch titties.
Hi,
But I just
girl.
want them
You
to
were the
stop.
highlight of my yesterday. And so here at the Miss Mouthy podcast, we have so much honor and respect for you. And thank you for getting back into this and bringing some shit that's worth watching. Um, yeah, go support my girl. All right. So this book has, A to Z, but it has these beautiful writing prompts in it, right? And what made me want to bring this up today is that loving myself, I was always thinking that I was loving myself from the jump, but that wasn't what I was doing. I had confidence, and having confidence and being in love with yourself was two different things. I was confident in the way that I showed up in the world, how I presented myself, but loving myself. It only took somebody's comment of me or to false my reality for me to like question how much I love myself, or should I love myself, or should I be deserving of it, or even in a relationship where a man is not loving me in the ways that I know I deserve, I would internalize I must not be worthy of love. When it's like, if you already love yourself, it's in spite of a man that I'm still going to love myself. I'm still going to show up for myself. I'm not going to take away what I know to be true about me in spite of this man's actions, right? And so I wanted to just share a vulnerable part of what I wrote in this book. Um, and I just love the dedication for your true self. And, the first one is authenticity. And when we talk about authenticity, we often don't talk about how we see on social media all these people who are showing up as clone copies of the last influencer, the last popular person, the last celebrity. I.e., when I see creatives always jumping on trends, it makes me cringe. It makes me be like, honey, you didn't want to do something different. You don't want to be yourself. There is no way that you could tell me that that song on TikTok is actually something you enjoy dancing to, bitch, or you would have been on the track already. Um, but authenticity. One of the things I learned while doing Mouthy was not to do anything because I felt in competition of anybody else. That I wanted to stay relevant, that I didn't matter. What I had to say didn't matter. For a long time, I felt like nobody probably was watching or cared. Uh, but I was authentic to myself. I never felt like I needed to be anybody else. And I'm thankful for all the creatives that's out here in their own platform in their own right. But we all have a level of authenticity that needs to happen to make it original. Like, it's just, yeah. I'll share this with y'all. And right here, it was an opportunity for y'all to put your younger self there. And I found I didn't have no baby pictures, y'all, because my my apartment, my mom told me my apartment that I was born in caught fire, and she had just did this whole baby shoot with me, and so all my pictures was burnt up. Y'all know, for me, just to know that I was queer growing up, I was like, girl, y'all adopted me. Y'all stole me from the hospital. I don't act like y'all. I don't look like y'all. Like, it's not giving I'm even a part of this family. It's like, because colorism. My mom was a very light woman. I was like, absolutely not. My grandma was light. I'm like, these not my family members. They stole me and my brother. That's what I really thought. But I'll read it to you, and then I'll share this part of myself. Um, yeah, because I've learned in my journey To be an open book, it's not that you just have to stay open as long as somebody wants to read you. You can be open and you can change the page at any time. You can close your book at any time. I recognize to share with people what I want and not what they think I should share. And even if I share it, they don't have value enough to hold any of my truths over my head. So let that free y'all lips. If anybody is taking something that you share with them to try and blackmail you, make you feel judged or belittled, fuck them. All right. So it say find a picture from your childhood or from today if you don't want to revisit your childhood. I love those options because it could be traumatizing for people who don't want to go back there. And use it as a home screen on your phone. When you see it, reconnect to your most authentic self. Remember who you are beneath the dust of shame, guilt, pain, regret, and fear. And all of those things have resonated with me, y'all. Like I was like going through all of those emotions in my journey and didn't really know how to name it. As you go through your day, ask yourself, what would my me do? Write a bit about what happens when you let me lead. Ain't that so good? Oh my God. All right. So this is what I wrote. Bear with me because sometimes y'all know we be writing shit and then we get emotional and we may be like, what that word? All right. So when I let me lead, you learn to love with no letdown. You celebrate life and you find beauty in all that you are and all that is around you. Your fears will melt away with hopefulness that all things will work out. The feeling of never feeling good enough never stopped you from feeling like you're worthy. No regrets. I know you would be proud. We did it. I know it was hard for you growing up with the bullying for being different to the abuse that you witnessed or experienced around you. But they needed you more than you know. You was the voice of reason. You was the wise little person. You raised kids while being a kid. You maintained a home for CPS to not take y'all all away. Be proud. You stood up for yourself. You found your true self. You've been able to do some amazing things with who you are. You even learned to like travel, laugh out loud. You gotten some awards. You've been on two covers of a magazine. You have an amazing child that's just like you. She's funny, outspoken, smart, creative, and beautiful. And every day you thank God for her. She makes your life make sense. And you've gotten over the sexual abuse from family and strangers alike because you learn so many lessons when it comes to the matter of your heart. Forgiveness is a hard process for you on certain matters, but you're healing on at a pace that feels like your own. You're getting to look back. You seem to be getting back to you, trusting in yourself. You're trusting us. It's time to move forward in the next chapter with grace, with wisdom, integrity, and a full heart. For the unforeseeable future, you are unwavering, that unchangeable path you have learned to accept. One thing is for certain, I have you and you have me, and we're going to change. But for now, I just want to make you, no, I just want to make both of us proud. XOXO, aka Mini Me. Sorry, y'all. I struggled through that. I need to stop writing so damn fancy. But yeah, I felt like I wanted to share that with y'all. because authenticity shows that I can show up here and be truthful about things that I've only talked about in this book, and share with people who I love and adore, that I know I'm safe around. But this journey is one that has been freeing for me because those things that I never wanted to talk about was weighing so heavy on me. And one of the things I learned about experiencing abuse is that you don't have to overshadow yourself in it, in the details of it, or who caused it. You simply have to acknowledge that it happened. And now that I move forward, in spite of what people think of me, um, I don't always want to assume the bad that people hate me, but to recognize that in everybody's story, you could be a villain, a hero, you could be the author, the narrative, the writer. I do not want to focus so much of my existence around people who may not understand me. And so, with that being said, I'm learning to love myself through all the ABCs. And the next A that I want to add to my next chapter that I'm going to put in the next episode is audacity. Hey, you guys, it is your girl, Miss Mouthy, and I want you to tune in to Juneteenth edition episode called Angelica Audacity with my special guest, Angelica Ross. It is a conversation you don't want to miss. We talked about blackness, transness, being loved, all the things that I think in totality in my blackness, I want to give to y'all as a gift. So tune into this episode. I'm excited for y'all to be a part of the conversation. Until then, it's your girl, Miss Mouthy. Even when you what? Don't see me, you next hear episode me. Is audacity. To have the audacity for a large part of my life to be who I am, to walk away from things and people that no longer serve me or value me, to create something new that nobody wanted to see exist, nobody supported. I will continue to have the audacity to be a out proud, loud trans woman. I will be as pro black as I only know how to be because my skin is never going to change. And I'll always talk about the things that impact me or in my community. I will always have the audacity to tell somebody exactly where you got me fucked up at. Um, but all with tact and all while loving myself and hopefully releasing people so they can go on their journey to love themselves as well. I want to take a in closing, lips. I just want to leave y'all with the pearls of wisdom of loving yourself is a choice, one. And it doesn't matter that you're a late bloomer and learning that you do not love yourself the way that you thought. It is okay to make room for mistakes. It is okay for you to make room for non negotiables. You don't have to budge. You don't have to conform. You don't have to revisit the hurt. You don't have to uh, make excuses for others' actions. You don't have to allow people to disrespect you. That's a big one. What I know in the ABCs of loving me is that every letter represents some part of myself that either I didn't know existed or I didn't want to know existed. But I need to learn how to embrace that part of me because that is important with releasing myself, forgiving myself, and loving myself. So, lips, if you are currently on a journey of self discovery, self awareness, and self forgiveness, let this be the episode that leads you to the ABCs of loving your authentic self. It is your girl, Miss Mouthy. Even when you what? Don't see me, you hear me. Till next time, go be great. I love you. Bye.